Days are still moving, things are changing, and many of the times people remain on the same level, not realizing that mindset change is something that can be done through mind education. I am Henry Mdenda today on the 20th of September 2025. Welcome to Lumen Morning Diary. Alongside Alice Lungu.
Good morning, Henry.
Alice, it is a wonderful journey. Of course, the week is moving, days are moving, and today, just to realize that being the 20th of September, the weather was on point. I thought it will rain anytime soon, but hoping for the rain season very soon.
Yeah, we are crossing our fingers and we pray that we have abundant rains, because we want to have abundant bumper harvest.
Bumper harvest is something that
in the year 2026
is something that surely everyone is looking for. And on the Lumen Morning Diary today, we are glad that we are discussing this important topic. Of course, on the other side, we have different segments, as we may know that when it is on this day, we focus on the past days through the trends, as well as looking at the social media, the newspaper pick, which is something that everyone is looking forward. What is the news for today? Early in the morning when you tune in to Lumen TV channel 101 on Top Star, as well as for those that are watching us through Facebook and YouTube, you can always contact us and move along with us on this wonderful topic, mindset change, focusing on mind education. Alice.
Yes, Henry.
Mindset.
Yes, mindset. When we hear the word mindset, a lot actually comes to my mind. Like you had said in your introduction, Henry, we are living in a world where things are changing. Technology has come and a lot of development. Mindset, things we need to adapt and change our things.
Yeah, for sure. It is something that we are glad to have our special guest that will run us through our topic of focus today, which is mind education from IYF. And later on, they will do introduce themselves fully. And our dearest viewers, we are glad that we always move along with you. Remember that this live broadcast, you can always participate. And as you've heard the topic, some of you feel like mindset is something that when you hear this term, some of you take it wrongly, others take it lightly. We do take things differently, Alice. When someone say change your mind or maybe
exactly.
Change your mind, it feels as if it's a big thing, causing a lot of commotion, differences. But it's something that we need to know that the mind is something that needs to learn every day.
Yes, Henry, that's true. The first thing that will come to my mind when you tell me, oh, Alice, change your mind, I'll be like, okay, what is Henry talking about that I change my mind? Like, okay, what should I change? But it's something that is huge. And like you said, we keep on learning every day. Learning does not end, meaning our mind also changes because we keep on learning, we keep on getting new things each and every single day. That is why it's also important to have a change of mind.
The change of mind, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, our dearest viewers, as you know, that we don't just leave out. It has been a very busy week. Of course, some of the things that have not been seen through our social media platforms due to load shedding. Some of you've not been able to check out, but guess what? When you tune in today on this platform, we get to give you things that have happened in the previous days along this week. Alice, before we dive into the trends, let's look at what is contained in the papers today.
Okay. This is the Zambia Daily Mail newspaper. and the headline: Produce Problem Solvers, HH Challenges. President Hakainde Hichilema has challenged institutions of higher learning to produce learners with skills relevant to the industry, with the call on graduates to be problem solvers. That is one of the stories that is making headline in the Daily Mail newspaper, and this story actually continues on page 3.
All right, the Mass newspaper, the top stories contains DC ordered cadres to rape, kill me. This story continues on page number 3, and still on the headlines on the Mass newspaper: Socialist Party leader recount chilling abduction torture during Chilumbula ward by-elections. Mpulungu DC denies allegations. These stories, you find them on page number 3 on the Mass newspaper.
And another story in the Daily Mail newspaper: about 16 families have been left homeless in Zambia district, Luapula province, after their houses caught fire. This incident happened on Thursday after grass which was being burnt near the riverbanks extended to their houses. This is such a very sad story to read, Henry.
Yeah, sad reading there in the Zambia Daily Mail. Okay, still on the Mass newspaper, we see a public nuisance. Some patrons spotted revealing themselves in Mzuzu Road, despite the Lusaka City Council announcing heavy fines for offenders found urinating in public. These are the things that the Lusaka City Council try to fight each and every time we talk about sanity through public nuisance.
And another sad story in the Zambia Daily Mail newspaper: man in court over inserting bottle into wife's private part. A 43-year-old man of Ndola has appeared in the Ndola High Court for allegedly assaulting his wife by inserting a bottle into her private part, causing injury. Very sad, and we keep on talking about gender-based violence here.
Yeah, sad reading still continues on page number 3, where we see Habi Stepstone took turns to defile a girl 10, narrates mother.
A very, very sad story. And I know, Henry, we have a lot of stories in the newspaper, and yes, we can also dive into what's trending on social media.
For sure, Alice.
Talking about, we know elections in Malawi. It's happening, and we're still anxiously waiting to hear who the next president will be.
That is in the Republic of Malawi.
Yes.
Yeah. Still, we on the trends, we see some stories contained in the world of football, where we see under 20 Copper Princesses shine in Burundi. This is a very good news, where we see Zambia has had to beat Burundi 2-1. That is in the 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers second round, first leg encounter. And
no, I don't know if you remember the disease Ebola.
Yes, Ebola outbreak. That was, I think I remember it should be in DRC, Congo.
Yes, and it's still there. The outbreak is still there, and it has killed about 31 people in DRC. This information was given by the World Health Organization, WHO. And I thought actually this disease had ended.
Yeah, I thought as well. You know, many of the times when diseases break out, it's actually something that we need to fight very hard to to do away with some of the diseases. Remember COVID-19, it's something that keep on surfacing from time to time. Many of the times people think that COVID-19 came to an end. That was way back, but we just need to keep on taking the precautions. The other thing in the on social media, something that we saw, which is very much interesting, in the where ZNS launches history book. This is something that that is very important, that we need to look at where we are coming from. This is what we talk about, mindset change. Many of the times, things that happened in the past, they tend to be just storytelling without documented. But we need to change our mind, especially to develop the culture of reading as a nation. Thank you very much, and kudos to ZNS.
Yes. I know there are a lot of stories that we can actually share, but we also open it to you, our dear viewers. Tell us what is happening in your community. Share with us. We want to interact with you. You can actually do that by sending a message or maybe calling us using the numbers showing on the screen.
For sure, our dearest viewers, you've heard it for yourself. There are so many stories that are trending on social media, considering that we need to focus on mindset change. As I earlier stated, that we have special guests that would join us just about now, and our phone lines are open. You can also ensure that you do participate by calling, texting, as well as for those that are watching us through Facebook. Remember, Lumen TV is live right now. You can get that phone, share to the people that you feel like you can help someone through sharing and comment, share, and remember that we're looking at mindset change. For now, we'll go on a short break. Stay tuned.
Lumen TV is now broadcasting 24 hours countrywide. To advertise your products and services, contact 0974 716020 or 0977 300774. You can also reach out to us via Facebook at Lumen TV Zambia. Lumen TV, light of the nation.
Yo
dear viewers, you're still watching Lumen Morning Diary. Right up now, I've been joined by a wonderful team from IYF. When you hear about YIF, you should YF, you should know that for sure your mind will be transformed through what you hear today. Our topic of focus, as I earlier stated, we are looking at mindset change. You can come along, participate through our Facebook page. You can check for Lumen TV Z on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Remember to share the page and comment. Right up now, I've been joined by a very wonderful team, as I earlier stated. I have Mr. Lovedale from IYF, who happens to be the CEO and Wanva Media Kuja channel.
Yes, good morning.
All right, I would allow you to fully introduce yourselves to our viewers by looking at the cameras, okay. Mr. Lovedale.
Okay, good morning, viewers. I'm Lovedale Mlaskwanda, the CEO for the International Youth Fellowship, which is IYF in short.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Chizao Josiah from International Youth Fellowship, and I'm the media director at the institution.
All right. Now I have the CEO and the media director seated here in the studio. Now, when you sit as the CEO under IYF, looking at our topic of focus, which is mind education. What is mind education?
Okay. Mind education is a science that has been introduced recently, which deals the mind. The purpose was to work with a unity mind and also change of mindset. What we mean with change of mindset, there are so many things that we need to change in our minds. The mind, as you know, is more like a garden. A garden, usually you don't plant in weeds, but weeds will grow. So a mind also will compare it into that way. Mm-hmm. So in the mind, there are so many things that we need to change. Actually, science shows us that we have got over 85% of our thoughts are negative. Mm-hmm. Fear, worry, complaining. So if one just lives like that, it's the same like you are just leaving the garden just like that. But a garden, usually you want to remove the weeds, mm-hmm. because you don't plant weeds. Weeds will come out automatically. So the mind is the same. And as you know, the mind is the one that controls the body. So we talk about mind education in that way. We have a team that also is teaching at Copperbelt University. And also for me, for years, I've been one of the lecturers heading the mind education department in our center.
All right, so you talked about fear, worry. What else?
We have fear, worry. We can also put gossiping, all those things. Envy, all those things.
So those are in our mind?
Those comes in our thoughts, in our minds, yes.
So those are things that are not supposed to be part of the mind?
They are not supposed, they are, mm-hmm. But let's say, for example, when you look at the weeds, mm-hmm. we can't say the weed won't be part of the land, mm-hmm. but it depends which one you are going to let it grow.
All right, what do you teach in mindset change?
In mindset change, we teach so many things depending with the country, mm-hmm. and the group of people that we are meeting. Mm-hmm. For example, if we look at our country, Zambia, we have a lot that we can do. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of areas that we can touch. But we have not utilized the country in full of its potential. It's because of the mindset that we have. Mm-hmm. So others who know that this country can do so much, they take advantage of the country, especially when you look at the foreigners. I've seen so many foreigners come without so much, but they just say, wow, this place we can do a lot. And in a short period of time they come.
And recently we saw on the media that 500 foreigners were arrested due to God scandal. So I think they look at the mindset of Zambians to say, I think Zambians cannot do this and that, and then let's go in. Yeah, without talking much about the foreigners, we know that we also have Zambians that live in other countries. Yes. Yeah, what platform do you use to provide the mind education?
Okay, we first of all we work with the government. So we have got MOUs with the government, like Ministry of Education, and also Ministry of Youth, and also ZNS and Correctional Service. So some of them were in 2015. We went to South Korea. That's where our international fellowship started from. So the government, at that time, there was a Minister of Youth, it was Vincent Mwale. We went with him, and he was interested with the mind education. So they decided to give us the land in Shilanga. We have got a very big land in Shilanga where we have so many activities there, and one of them is mind education. So sometimes people from these organizations that we have MOUs with, they come to our center, they learn mind education. Like this time, there may be a program where we'll be moving around the camps of ZNS teaching mind education. So depending with the grouping of people that we meet, there is mind education when we meet young people, mind education depending with the people and the country also.
All right, so when you talk about teaching the mindset education or mind education,
Yes.
what does it consist in mind education?
Okay, there are different types of, depending. Okay, for example, at Copperbelt University, we look at thoughts, for example, what kind of thoughts one circulating. We have got a syllabus. That syllabus has got different kind of topics. That depends with the students that you are meeting. That's what I can say.
So mind education, it's a course on its
It's
own.
a course on its own.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have got a syllabus, depending with the group that you are meeting.
So under media, do you think mind education, when it comes to the youths like ourselves here, I know he maybe has passed that age. Looking at youths, when it comes to mind education, what's your take in line with youth? Do you think youths are people that easily change or learn when it comes to this course that our CEO has talked about?
Yes, I'm a youth to actually just start with. And so, yes, youths are actually the best people that actually just adapt to any kind of thing that is taught to them. And so with mind education, so like what happens is that there's an aspect of what we call deep thinking. And so we actually just teach deep thinking, because at youth, our stage, this is a stage where mostly people want to live like recklessly because they want to exercise their desire and everything else like that. And so at this very time, we encourage youths to actually have some critical thinking before they even make some decisions like that. And then there's also an aspect of our self-control that we also get to just teach. We know every person is actually born with desires like to eat, sleep, and even have like just a natural entertainment like that. But then we actually understand that if such desires get to outgrow a person's control, they might lead them into our problems and our challenges. So as mind education program also caters for our self-control, like where we just get to just teach somebody being able to like manage their emotions, their impulses like that, and then be able to make at least wise decisions at the end of the day. Like
Sorry to take you back. You mentioned deep thinking.
Yes.
What do you mean when you said deep thinking?
Okay, so like my our CEO just put it, yes, human beings are actually having thoughts each and every time. And so we have different kinds of levels of our thought. There's the first level of our thought that just comes and you might think, I am right, and then this other person is actually wrong. For example, you might think you are right to just go out and just insult any other person because of maybe the way you actually view them. That's the first level. It has just come. So you are right to actually think like that. And then you are wrong if maybe that person happens to just react in a negative way that you least expected. But then deep thinking requires that you also move from the first level, but you go to the second level of our thought, where you also take it, he can be right, I can be wrong, like this. So that is now where you start thinking, okay, yes, I can insult that person, and then he can react this way. Now, okay, I think my first level was, I am right, and he is wrong. Second level is, he is right, I am wrong. Then the third level would be, we are both right, but at the same time, we can be both wrong.
That's deep thinking.
That's deep thinking.
I like the clarification. All right. So when you look at mind education, what do you teach in mind education?
Okay. So like one of the key areas I actually made mention was self-control and decision making. And then the other one is deep thinking. And then we also have some leadership skills development program. Yes, that one we also get to just shape leaders. We know that each and every person has got a mind. And in fact, one of the greatest assets that God has ever given to human beings is just but the mind. So we see that each and every person has got some level of leadership in them, which comes about with their positive kind of thought. So, but then you discover that as human beings interact with the environment, they have different kinds of challenges that come along their way. And so one might have a positive thought, but depending on the environment that they are in, maybe let's say, for example, they are living in an environment where their views are not being accepted, maybe they feel to be of a low self-esteem and everything else like that. So at the end of the day, we just come in and encourage this person. We reshape the mind of this person to be one that is able to overcome such challenges that come along, and then be able to just bring out their leadership qualities by starting, first of all, with them. You can never become a leader to lead others if you cannot lead your own self. So it has to start from you. So that is part of the leadership training skill program that we also teach under Mind Education.
All right, perfect. What success stories do you have for an organization?
We have so many successful stories. For example, there are youths who have changed. It's unfortunate that we forgot to bring our pictures for the center. There are youths that we picked from our area, which is Bamora, Chilanga. Bamora is in Chilanga. These youths, they were just staying, drinking, living a life without hope. The first thing that we did, we started changing their thinking, that they can do a lot of things. From there, they have built a very big center, which we started with nothing. Most of them, they had the mind that they have to be educated to do that. But we taught them, one can be educated, but with a wrong mindset. One cannot be educated with a correct mindset. So what is vital in life, it's not just about the education. Education is important, of course. But what is important also, education with the right mindset. Sometimes also you may not be educated, but with the right mindset, you can do a lot. I know one cousin of mine. This cousin, she did very well in school. She has got good results at grade 12. So when she completed her school, she wanted the father to buy a vehicle. So the father said, no, I can't right now, I don't have money. The girl insisted, no, you have to buy a vehicle for me. So the father said, okay, I'll try, I'll get a small car for you. They said, no, I can't drive a Corolla. So the father started saying, you know, because she wanted the vehicle like the father. The father is driving a Range Rover. So this girl, the father said, you know the stages I reached for me to have this vehicle. Well, how many years it took me. Then the mother came in, oh, I wanted to take a Corolla, something like that. The girl is very intelligent, but with such kind of a mind. So with this mind, if you employ this girl in your organization, maybe she can do one or two things. But with that wrong mindset, she may be one who can take anything or she starts stealing because of desire. So he talked about desire. We do, one of our topics in our syllabus is self-control. When you have, let's say, for example, our desires are too many that you cannot reach them. You may be getting 20,000, but your desire wants 50,000. That gap, it makes people to cry. So we try to, in our education, we try to make sure that people have to know that outside the desire, there is a way they can control themselves without having that pain of the difference between what you want and what you are getting. I had an example with my wife. I realized what was making her painful was not the situation. I came one day, I didn't have any money. Just came and she told me, we don't have tomatoes. I didn't have money that time. So I said, I don't have money. She said, how can we eat without tomato? So in terms of thinking deeply came in, because we have a topic, thinking deeply. I said, honey, what's the end goal of eating? She said, is to get full, nikukuta. So if you fry them very well, you put salt, you put tomato, is the end goal going to be met? Tizakuta. She said, yes, tizakuta. So lelo, we don't have money for tomatoes. Fry it very well, put salt, then we'll eat, the end goal, it will be there. No one will know that there was no tomato. For her, it was, how can we eat without tomato? For me, I thought deeply, but the end goal will be met with or without tomato. So there is that thinking deeply. There is also self-control in that. So those are the topics that we teach. So like the guys that we have in Bamora, I wish that this team can come and we will be welcome in our center. It's a very big place. We have so many youths that we stay with. Most of them, they didn't go very far from in terms of education. But because of the change of mindset, they have built a very, very, very big structure, which the government also is aware. We were given that place in 2016, and we are doing so many activities. It's because of the change of mindset. So last year, we opened the same in Malawi. We have in different parts of the world. And it's a successive story when you come to our center.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. So my main interest, since you talked about the youth,
Yes.
do you offer such also? Because we are aware that we also have adults that do not attain such kind of education. What's your catchment area? Do you only target the youth, or what's your target?
Our mind education has no limit. So we have got mind education. Like in our center, we have got a school for kids. That school also, they do mind education. So we don't have limitation. Anyone. We have got youths, we have got people. I think some time back we had students from the team from Chainama, the management, they were our target. We are expecting the correctional service around 300, what do you call them, prisoner warders. They will be coming to our place, and different management from correctional service, they will be part of our center. We had them last year. We also have them this year. So we have around 300 coming. We'll have them 100, something like that.
All right.
Yeah, so we don't have a limit in terms of age.
All right. So your concluding remarks to our viewers. I'll start with the youth age.
All right. So with International Youth Fellowship, there is a lot that you can just get to just learn from us. As you've just heard it, that we actually are the key pioneers of mind education, reshaping one's mind. So we have our page where you can just visit us. That is the IYF Zambia. That is on our Facebook. And so we have also other programs that we are actually just running, which is called the IYF Free Weekend Academy, our program, happening in various parts of the country, like in Lusaka, Kamola South. We are running these programs all for free. You can register in Chilanga, same. In Livingstone, Ndola, Kitwe, we are actually running these programs. These programs are just tailor-made for each and every youth who's just but interested to learn and have their life changed. For a changed mind is a changed life. A changed life is a changed world. That is how it is. It's nothing personal, but when you are good and determined to be very successful in life, you ought to change your mind. So, but are you willing to change your mind? Catch up with us through the Mind Education Program at IYF. Thank you.
The CEO.
Yes, sir.
Your concluding remarks.
So when you look at education comes from the word educo, which means to develop from within. So you develop the mind, you expand through use. So our topics like thinking deeply, it's one of those that makes people to start thinking. Because sometimes people are in pain, not because they have to be in pain, but because they have just fallen on the first level of thinking. So they have to think beyond that. They can come out of the difficulties, like the examples that I've just talked about. My wife, she was thinking like she can have a problem because of this. I thought different. So you can come through with you can join Mind Education through IYF, and you can learn more. So we hope that through our partner here, this TV and others, you can come through and you learn so much. We have so much to offer. And like my colleague says, we are in Lusaka and also Copperbelt, Livingstone. So we hope that many may come and listen. Sometimes they don't just come to our center. We follow them up wherever we agree. So thank you very much for having us.
All right, thank you very much. That was IYF. As you've heard, mindset education or mindset change is something that has transformed my mind in the way we think. Don't just think about eating without tomato. You can do better. Thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you.
All right, you're still watching Lumen Morning Diary. For now, we'll go on a short break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Here watching Lumen Morning Diary. Right about now, we've just been joined by Father Arthur, who is going to feed us with the food for the sir. Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Alice, and good morning, our dear viewers.
Yes, what do you have for us today?
Change of mindset.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I was thinking about today's topic, and I thought maybe we could also talk about it from spiritual point of view or Christian point of view.
Okay.
And I thought we could take this angle that we try to look at the world through the lens of love, through the lens of kindness, through the lens of peace. That in itself becomes a change of mindset. You know, so many times, like our guests were saying, we feed our minds with a lot of negative things. And when we feed our minds with those things, that begins also to kind of determine how we treat people, how we treat the world, the environment around us. It begins to determine how we handle ourselves even. But as we are talking about change of mindset, we can also talk about changing the kind of food that we feed our minds with. So that when we begin to feed our minds with something that is spiritual, biblical, something godly, something divine, that can as well begin to shape our lives, and also shape the way we treat other people, the way we treat the world generally. There's so much hate in the world today. You know, today it's very easy for one to kill another over a very simple thing. If it is husband and wife, we have heard stories like
over in Shima,
someone was killed. You know, why are we finding it very easy to do such an atrocity? You know, some years ago, if you hear someone has been murdered, you know, like really. But it slowly begins to feel normal that somebody has been murdered. Oh, okay, what happened?
The son kills the father over a charger.
Over a charger, exactly. And with social media, you can check the comments that this is now something that we are taking casually. It's not just about killing. There are many other things that we are doing as human beings, which if we could begin to give ourselves a new software or a spiritual software, we may not do, So change of mindset, I think, is something that we need, not just today, like we needed it yesterday. Yeah, God wants to help us change the way we treat other people and treat the world around us. But are we creating room for that? Are we creating room for the fact that God wants to change our minds? Because God wanting to change us is one thing. Accommodating that is also another. Remember, we are created with the faculty to choose what we want. That's why somebody can choose whether to come to church or not. You can choose whether to love somebody or to hate somebody. You can choose between positivity and negativity. We are free to make those choices. So what choice are we making such that it helps us to change the way we look at other people and the world around us? God always wants to change us. God wants to transform us. And when we read the Bible, we come face to face with everything that God may use or is using to change the way we treat others. But then, are we accommodating that? Do we want to change our mindset in that manner so that we begin to look at the world and others through the lens of love, through the lens of peace, through the lens of concern and genuine concern, and so on and so forth? So from the spiritual perspective, change of mindset would mean, first of all, accommodating God in our minds, feeding our minds with God, feeding our minds with everything that comes with God, so that eventually our whole life is transformed. And when our whole life is transformed, it will be very visible for others to see. It will be evident to the world out there in the way we will be treating other people. People will see that, this one, if they knew us as a bad person, they will immediately pick it. This one has changed. This one is a different person. If they knew you as a drunkard, they will immediately pick it. This one is no longer drinking the way he used to drink or she used to drink. If they knew you as somebody who used to beat his wife or the husband, sometimes the husbands are also beaten, beating the husband day in, day out. All of a sudden the community don't hear any more noise around your house. Then they begin because there's something that is happening within you. There's some transformation that God is doing or is performing within you, which is affecting even the way you treat others. So change of mindset is important. It's important, but not looking at it just from one perspective. We can also look at it from this other perspective, so that our transformation becomes holistic.
Okay. Just to chip in further, it's true, like what we feed our mind is what we attract. If we feed negativity, then negative things will actually follow us. If we feed our mind with positivity, then definitely positivity, like positive things will actually attract us. Yes.
It's very true. Sometimes they also say you become what you eat. Yeah,
that's true.
Somebody was making a joke because they saw a picture on Facebook, picture of some random guy who was like looking drunk, whether he was drunk or not, but looking drunk. And then this person was making a comment to say, you see, these people that make beer, these are the guys that they should be putting on their adverts. Because these are the, just look at this
because
guy.
Of their appearance.
You don't have to say anything. Just look at the guy there. This beer. Trying to suck it anyway, that was it was a joke. But you become what you feed yourself with. Eventually, people begin to identify you with that particular thing, because that is what you have put as your primary thing in your life. And that is what is kind of guiding, or is it misguiding your life? So it's important to be aware of the things that we feed our minds with. There are these things they call addictions. Addiction is something that you put in your mind, and you allow it to begin to control your life. And usually addictions are negative things. I don't know if there is a positive addiction. But usually addictions are negative things. So you begin to be led by an addiction, because that is what you feed yourself with. For example, there are many young people today that are addicted to betting. You know, when they wake up, that's the only thing they think about. They will not think about school. They will not think about business. They will not think about anything else. They are just thinking about, especially this time of the Premier League, they are just thinking about betting, betting. But then what is that betting doing to them? You realize that many of them have gone into debts. Many of them have started selling things in order to get some money, in order to bet and all that. And when this addiction gets the better of them, some of them actually even take their own lives, because they can't handle it anymore. Betting is just one of those. There are many other addictions out there. Even social media. Some people are addicted to social media. Yeah, 3 hours just doing TikTok. 3 hours. 0203 in the night. Instead of sleeping and resting, you're just, eyes are red, but you're just TikTok. You're not doing business on social media. You're just watching videos and laughing alone for 3-4 hours. That's an addiction. And if you do that every day, it becomes bad, because now you can't do without it. Drug addiction and many other things. Now, these are things that you feed your mind with, and they begin to control you. Now, when you talk about change of mindset, maybe you can also talk about conversion, that you begin to remove these addictions, you begin to throw them out and replace them with something more positive. Because if you just force yourself to, they say if you are addicted to something, and you want to stop, like you make a decision to stop, you have to find something positive that is going to replace that. Because if you just tell yourself, I have to stop this, chances are that you go back to it. Because you are going to leave a void in your life. You're going to leave a space, and nothing will be occupying that space. So it will be very easy for you to run back to what you had stopped. So when you are stopping beer, you're pushing beer out. Try to push Fanta in,
Okay.
Yeah. Try to introduce something. If you are spending a lot of time on social media, and you want to stop that, maybe begin to tilt towards reading books.
Reading a book.
Yeah, reading a book, reading the Bible. Have something to replace what you are stopping. That way, of course, you struggle to completely stop that, because an addiction is a disease. You struggle, but at least you already be on the right path towards stopping that. But many people want to stop addictions because just to stop, and so leaving a void. And tomorrow they find themselves going back to it. So we're talking about what you are feeding yourself. What is it that you are feeding yourself? Is it something that is shaping your life in a more positive manner? That is shaping even your perception of others and the environment around you? What is it that you are feeding? Remember, you become what you feed your mind with or yourself with. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Father, for that weight that you've shared with us, feeding our mind with spiritual things, very important.
Sure.
Thank you. That was Father Arthur feeding us with the food for the soul. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Lumen TV is now broadcasting 24 hours countrywide. To advertise your products and services, contact 0974 716020. or 0977300774. You can also reach out to us via Facebook at Lumen TV Zambia. Lumen TV, light of the nation.
Welcome back, our dearest viewers. You're still watching Lumen Morning Diary. You know, this is something that is very important. At least early in the morning, Vinako, as you are watching Lumen Morning Diary, we also have that program where people get to dance to some songs in between our breaks. All right, we just have a text message from our Facebook page. This is Emmanuel Wamunima, who is following us through Facebook. I have learned about deeply from this show, and I really think it's vital to explore this aspect profoundly in order to change one's life. That was about mindset change. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, to know that you're watching, and thank you very much for that comment. Alice, in line with our topic, mindset change, I've learned quite a lot of things where deep thinking, there are different levels of thinking.
Yes.
Many of the times you only think about me, I'm right, this one is wrong. But when you think deep, that's where you reach at a point where you think it's possible that all of us, we can be wrong. Yeah.
And I also love the fact that, yes, we are learning about this topic, Henry. And just from what our guest had shared and what Father had actually shared, putting it all in one, what I've actually picked is that we are what we feed our mind.
Yeah, our dearest viewers, you can still call us. Let's hear your views now on this topic. We need to hear your views on mindset change. What's your take where mindset change is concerned? Alice, something that is very important is when you reach at a point where you realize to say, I am wrong. It's something which is very very difficult, not easy. Yeah. On the trends, I see a lot of things on social media that we did not stress out. Yeah. Where you showed me something behind the scene.
Yes. That really that touched me and puzzled me at the same time, Henry, I must say. Allow me to read this story. Fulira teacher loses it after finding her friend asking learners in her grade 6 class if she teaches well. A named female teacher in Fulira has been locked up by the police after allegedly beating her friend until she lost consciousness.
This is very normal. According to her, we're talking about mindset change here. So maybe she perceived it. She did not think deep. Yeah, deep.
But reaching to that extent, really, like reaching to an extent of beating up your friend.
But what was that friend looking for?
I'm sure she was just simply trying to inquire. What is wrong in me? Asking, does Henry present well?
Okay.
Yes, what's wrong with me asking that? I go to Mr. Sydney and ask him, Mr. Sydney, does Henry present well?
All right.
What do you think about that?
Coming from the world of education, many of the times teachers, they tend to develop this tendency of competing. I'm better than this one, I'm better than this one. But at the end of the day, we all have one goal. Yeah. So teaching is something that we must understand that we cannot teach the same, we cannot present the same, we cannot do the same. At the end of the day, you need to understand who you are. Yeah. And be content with what you're doing. Well, I mean, trying to find out from the teachers. So meaning maybe it could be she was trying to prove to the learners, maybe they were in the other grade where teachers passed, these learners passed through her hand at some point. Yeah, our dearest viewers, we are waiting for that call for you to participate on this topic of focus where we're looking at mindset change. We are still talking about mindset change. Some of the people, their minds have not yet changed. This is where Alice talked about that trend. A teacher ended up beating another teacher because of the level of thinking. At the end of the day, it still goes back to the level of thinking.
Okay, if coming back to this story, Henry, really, if this person was not happy with how this teacher had actually approached matters, it's best you call her by the side and say, what is going on? Why are you asking about the way I teach? And like taking that action of beating up somebody and they lost conscious, reaching to that extent, and she was arrested. What's there? You're at the risk of losing your job. What are the learners going to learn from you if you, as a teacher, you are actually acting in that manner? This is mindset again. It goes to mindset.
It's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
It's a two-way thing. The fact that this one was arrested, she's taken to be wrong. She's very actually wrong. Yeah, fighting is not.
Because there's
a way
no,
of
I don't
resolving
think
issues.
there's anybody who would actually condone such a behavior, really. And you are teaching young ones, these are grade 6, and they get to actually see that our teacher act in a violent manner. We are, that is giving a wrong picture to the pupils.
Yeah, indeed, Alice. Again, there is also another story that that I could not just go without talking about it. This is a story that is content involving the youths actually. Where the voting is concerned, is something that that youth don't take fully participation. We heard about the introduction of online voting. Is it something that it's something that that we should also we should all look up to? It's in line with our topic, mindset change. So we are moving towards that direction where we are doing things in a smart way. So you see, as smart voting, it's something that will change our mind to say we will not think about someone who is outside Zambia, who will not manage to go through to that polling station. We're thinking about Alice, who had registered as a voter in Eastern Province. There's no need of Alice to travel to the Eastern Province. You can still vote from where you are. It's something which is here to stay. We need to think about mindset change. The other thing that we can talk about where trends are concerned, we are looking at the fuel thing. The issue of fuel is something that was talked about critically. People thought fuel was hiked due to the shortage, but we have a clarity here to say the country has enough fuel in stock. The Energy Minister Muzoka Chikote says the country has enough fuel stock. He has urged citizens to avoid panicking buying. Yeah, we've seen so much happening in the energy sector, ranging from load shedding and to the issue of fuel. Looking at the hike of fuel in the past few days due to the depreciating of the kwacha. Yeah.
Yes, Henry, and just to dive into another story. We were, is it a week or two, where we were talking about these issues of suicide, people committing suicide, the high rate. I think we also dived into mental health. Here's a story of a 17-year-old Form 1 pupil at Katangalika Secondary School in Chama. He has allegedly taken his own life under unclear circumstance. We are talking about a very young soul here, a 17-year-old Form 1, taking his own life under unclear circumstance. Such a sad situation.
So unfortunate and sad reading there, Alice. All right, you're still watching Lumen Morning Diary. For now, we'll go on a short break. Stay tuned.
Lumen TV is now broadcasting 24 hours countrywide. To advertise your products and services, contact 0974 716020 or 0977 300774. You can also reach out to us via Facebook at Lumen TV Zambia. Lumen TV, light of the nation.
Mandani mulungu wanga mwanchotsa pacha ndafika pano mawa ni kumera mapepe kamba kachikondi changu ichi chikondi chinimvetsa ulyo amama atata agogo asibweni ndiazinzanga onse ndima munandipasa chiutawani kakubiri nakonso ndinonso batata banu muri kundipa
welcome back, dear viewers. It's now the time for us to find out what is happening in the sports world. I know it is a weekend and everyone out there is very anxious. I just have got a few things that I would like us to know. Today we are starting in the English Premier League. We are starting with, the defending champions. Who knows? Maybe they will be the champions again. But let's start with what is happening in the Zambian Premier League today. We have got Kansanshi Dynamos playing against Green Eagles at exactly 14 hours at the Independence Stadium in Solwezi. We are also going to have Kawe Warriors playing Green Buffaloes at Railway Stadium in Kawe at exactly 15 hours. We have got Nkwazi and the Konkola Blades at Edwin Imboela Stadium, also playing at 15 hours. We have got FC Muza. Muza is my favorite team. I support Muza. I'm a Zambian. I'm a Muza fan. Muza playing, Mfulira Wanderers at 15 hours at Nakambala Stadium right there in Mazabuka. We also have Nkana FC. Nkana, I know today, the Nkana fans, I like the Nkana fans because you Nkana fans, you are always the best. You take football just the way it is supposed to be. Football, it's hard than arena. It's ball analysis, don't forget. Nkana is playing Zanaco at 15 hours at Nkana Stadium. So Nkana is at home today. Napsa Stars is playing Mines United at Konkola Stadium at exactly 15 hours. FC Leopards playing Mtondo Stars at 15 hours at President Stadium in Kawe. We also have Zesco United playing this game has been postponed. This game has been postponed, so it is not going to be played today. So Zesco fans, this game has been postponed, so we will wait to hear from when the game will be played so that we enjoy that game. Also, another game that has been postponed is Changa Rangers against Power Dynamos. So this is what is happening. It's a busy weekend in the Republic of Zambia. I know Alice is very anxious to learn sports.
Like I always keep on saying this, I learn from you people, especially when you give all the information about sports. I get to learn.
So what I will do today is I'll get you. We'll go together at Edwin Imboela Stadium. So which teams are we going to watch? So we are going to watch at Edwin Imboela. We have got Nkwazi. Yeah, Nkwazi is playing Konkola Blades.
Okay, at least I know Nkwazi. Yes. So
today you will be able to know Konkola Blades. I'll also tell you to ask the name of the coach and also the name of the captain of the
very
team.
Important information so that I get to learn this world of football.
Yeah. So in the English Premier League is also a very busy weekend because we have got the defending champions, former champions, starting at exactly 13:30 hours. Liverpool playing Everton at exactly 13:30. We also have Brighton playing against Tottenham at exactly 16 hours. We have got Burnley. Remember, Liverpool beat this team.
Okay.
Yes, Liverpool doesn't play. It looks like no man's business.
Oh, I'm also learning about these other teams.
We had Muhammad Salah, scoring that penalty where I didn't even want to watch that penalty because I said, if Salah doesn't score this one, maybe I might just die of a heart attack.
So you're saying you're a Liverpool fan?
Very much.
Okay.
Very much. So Burnley today is playing against Nottingham Forest at exactly 16 hours. So we have got West Ham playing against Crystal Palace. We also have Wolves against Leeds. Then we have Manchester United. This one is a must watch. Very, very interesting. Manchester United is playing Chelsea at exactly 18:30 hours. Then we have Fulham versus Brentford at 21 hours. So let's see.
I'm interested in watching the Liverpool and Everton.
Yeah, this one is the first game today.
Yes, I'm interested in watching this.
And we have
somehow I was somehow.
No, just just say the truth. Just say the truth.
Once upon a time, I was a Liverpool fan. Yes.
We would like to hear from Henry. Henry, which team do you support in the EPL?
Honestly, in the EPL, I go with whosoever wins. Trust me, because this time around, you know, there have been so much disappointments where you are wearing a jersey and then your team loses, and then everyone look at you. You find that you're in a place where you feel uncomfortable. So I think for me, I would love to go for anyone that wins at that particular time.
And I see. I know he's Liverpool, but he doesn't want to mention it. But anyway, so this is what we have in the English Premier League. All the best to my team, first of all. And I congratulate, I say congratulations to every team that is going to win today's game.
I think on this one, I also share the Sunday matches that will actually take place. I'm becoming a sports fan.
You see?
Is it maybe
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth versus Newcastle, which will actually be at 15 hours, and Sunderland and Aston Villa, which will also be at 15 hours. Then we also have a match by Arsenal and Man City that will start at 17:30. These are Sunday matches.
Wonderful.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Eugene Jani Musoka, for those sports updates that have made me at least to wait for Sunday match, which is Arsenal versus Manchester City. This is the argument that I found at East Park this morning, where people were busy arguing about these teams. You know what's good about football is that it speaks any language that you would like to hear.
Henry, as you have said, football is one of the sports that brings
people together. Yes, that's my observation as well.
It gives us the reality of life. You know, in the end of the day, whether you have won or lost, but at the end of the day, you'll be there to shake hands to say, boy, I know I'm a winner, but yakosa. Manage defender, you know, just like that. But at least we get to have some time to spend together. Those who drink beer, some of us who drink tea, also have some time to have some tea together.
Wow. Thank you very much on behalf of the Lumen TV crew, Alice Lungu, Eugene Jani Musoka. Lumen Morning Diary has come to an end. See you next week, same time, same place. It's bye-bye.